Boston as Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark left Tuesday night's 85-77 win over the Connecticut Sun at TD Garden because of an apparent groin injury that occurred in the final minute. Indiana coach Stephanie White confirmed Clark felt a little something in her groin and that she would be evaluated and see what happens from there. After completing a bounce pass to teammate Kelsey Mitchell for a layup with about 40 seconds left, Clark held the inside of her right thigh before walking over and banging her head against the stanchion in apparent frustration. Clark was visibly emotional as she went to the Fever bench, placing a towel over her head. Before this season, Clark had never sat out a game in her college or pro career. But her second WNBA season has been riddled by injuries. She has sat out 9 regular season games, including the Commissioner's Cup final, this summer. Clark first sat out a preseason game because of quad tightness, though she played the following day in an exhibition at the University of Iowa, her alma mater. She was later sidelined 5 games across May and June because of a left quad strain, separate from the initial issue, then was out for another 2-week stretch from late June to early July because of a groin injury on her left side. Clark made her return from that injury less than a week ago in a loss to the visiting Golden State Valkyries. Asked post-game about the physical play Clark faces on a nightly basis, White responded that there's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her. I knew it as an opponent and I see it as her coach, White said. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just is what it is and we've got to help her learn to adjust and use it against them in certain ways. We've got to find some ways to make it a little bit easier for her. But the level of physicality overall in our league has been at a different level than it's been for a long time. Indiana improved Tuesday to 8-5 with Clark this season after going 4-5 without her. She finished with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists against the Sun, including 9 points and 2 assists in the fourth quarter to help the Fever pull away for good. Clark is averaging 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, and 5.0 rebounds this season.
I'd written a few columns on Caitlin Clark. I had not met her. The fascination with her, the crowds that, the capacity crowds. Of course, the big news, Taylor, was the women's and the men's final game, the NCAA final in 2024, where there were 4 million more viewers for the women than the men. Even now, I cannot believe I said that sentence. This is NCAA men's and women's basketball. 4 million more people watched the women than the men because of Caitlin Clark. So this fascination was crystal clear. Why? I've covered women's sports and men's sports for more than 4 decades. Hard to believe. And, while I was covering the NFL and Super Bowls and Wimbledons and Tiger Woods, I've also done a lot with women's sports. And I've never seen this women's sports explode in this way and the nation absolutely fall in love with a women's team sport athlete.
The 12-10 Fever, who improved to 2 games above 500 for the first time this season, will complete the second leg of a back-to-back Wednesday when they face the defending champion New York Liberty in Brooklyn. Clark, a 2025 All-Star Game captain and starter, also was named a participant in Friday's 3-point contest earlier Tuesday. I think we just take it one step at a time, White said of Clark. We'll get some food and get on the plane and start talking about New York. She's being evaluated. We'll see where we are with that. And certainly we'll have another evaluation probably and conversation in the morning. See where we are. But this group has played without her. At least we've got experience in that. We know that we have a tough opponent in New York. We know that it's going to be a challenge no matter what, and we've just got to get locked in and ready to compete. The pass, groin tweak, emotional collapse, bench exit wasn't just a losing moment. It was a turning point, a young, record-breaking phenom forced to confront the limits of her body and mind. It highlights the fragility beneath extraordinary talent, the challenges stars face balancing impact and endurance, a team adapting on the fly, and a league noticing the physical toll. As the Fever navigate life without Clark and she charts a path back, one question lingers. How will this moment shape the rest of her legendary career?